Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. Orph here. It's been requested a few times that I do an add-ons video, just looking at what add-ons I use, what add-ons I have installed on WoW for my RPG stuff, so doing it. Alright, what I figured I'd do is just kind of start at the top of my list and go down. List all of them that I have. Some of them I don't use in RBGs, so it doesn't matter. I'm just going to throw them in there real quick, but I will go from there. First and foremost, I will continuously look over this way because that's where my wowup.io list is, and I move my monitor, so it sits over there. First on the list, though, is Bagnon, which is essentially a one stop for my backpack. Don't have it split up, don't have it separated. It's a inventory system. You can look at all your characters like this. It'll show you how many each character that you have owns of that item. So I've got a bajillion marks of honor, well, 66. It shows you how many each person or each character that you have has. I believe it shows you gold across all of your characters. And yeah, it's just a nice add-on to have. I like looking at everything all in one place. It is what it is. Second add-on is Bartender. This is a very large one. It's essentially how I have all my stuff set up. So this is what it looks like. I'll take a brief moment and I'll show you what the default UI looks like, which I'm sure most of you know. But this is how I set up my bars. You can pick different bars, you can change the visibility, like my mount button down here, I don't have on, like ever. Unless I hover over it, it goes away. So it's just saving me stuff. I could essentially do it to these, what is that, the form, shapeshift form, yeah, stance bar, I guess, for druids. But I don't know. I just think it's pretty cool that it can disappear. Yeah, that's your fade out, your option to turn all your bars on and off. You can change the alpha or the invisibility, etc. You move all your stuff settings here. I'm going to move over to an alt character and kind of show you how this goes real quick. I'm not going to do like a full video because that would take 8 hours. But yeah, give me just a second. Alright, so the first thing I'm going to do is turn off the art bar. I don't want that stuff down here. I would move, you move your XP bar. The easiest way to do it, unlock everything. You move everything around. You can just move it up or down, move it around. What is this? Bar 1. You can make bar 1 as big as you want or as small as you want. But, I mean, I have my main 2, maybe 1 bar set to pretty big. I think it's at least 2.5 even, because you can physically type in here, make it a little bigger. But yeah, you can make it more invisible, make it spaced out even further if you want to. I think 0 is the default. Have more or less buttons. That's how I have a lot of mine changed. I don't want everything on there, just a few. Put it in rows instead of just 1 bar. And then anything that opens, which I don't have, but maybe hunter pets, hunter abilities like feed pet, tame, all that stuff, you can make it go up or down, so it goes up on the bar or down on the bar instead. It's a great add-on. I can keep everything where it is. Next on the list is BattleGroundEnemies, BGE as a bunch of people call it. I'm on my rogue because I don't know that these are set up across all of your characters, but I decided to go one where I hopefully wouldn't mess it up on everything else. You can go here or /BGE, pulls up everything. But yeah, so we're going to toggle test mode so we can see it. In an RBG, you won't ever see more than 10, so you can essentially count down to 10, cut it off there, and what is it? 3, 6, 9, right here, this fire mage. Okay, anything below here doesn't honestly matter. It will show like this if you're in a regular BG, so prepared like I do. I have my map sitting about right here most games, and again, anytime I need a random BG, it just covers half my screen, so it's annoying, but I deal with it. Yeah, this, you can set a few different things. You can move it around. Don't want to move it, but I'll move it. So you move it around a little bit. You can put it over here, move it, however you want to do it. And you can lock it I don't change any of the characters. I don't change any of the font colors or anything. I only have it set to enemies because I disable my allies because I like the regular raid frames for myself. But enemies, you essentially look at everything. You can look at their name. You can see if you want, what is it? Let me see if I can find it again. Racial, spec, trinket, like you can turn on all this stuff to view on this side. I usually keep the trinket on. I like seeing what spec that they're in, and I enjoy seeing the health bar and the resource bar, I guess, for lack of a better word. But it's got different, like you can go through and pick different BGs. Oh, that's the other add-on. This essentially is just the easiest way because you can target anything from anywhere. If I'm sitting at stables and I want to see if how many people are at lumber mill, I just click through. Literally, you click all of them. It's not going to show it now, obviously, but you go through and you can click it. I will throw in some footage here of a BG just to show you how it works. But yeah, it's you have to have this. This is, if you're going to do rated battlegrounds, this is probably the #1 add-on that you have to have. Now this is just essentially to show you the BGE. I'm going to zoom out because zooming in that far is really bad. But you can literally go in and see where they are on maps with like this dude's just sitting in the back. But it's like you can tell where the sausages hasn't moved since he got in. I'm not gonna do this, but anyway, you can look, see how much health everybody has from where you are. It shows how many people are targeting the person. So you got 2 people targeting the pally, the mage is targeting the feral druid, nobody's targeting anybody now. It does not work while you're dead, so that's super annoying, but I understand. It tells you who holds the healers. It's a great add-on. But the most useful part about this is being able to be over here. Let's pretend this is a base, and I can figure out where the healer is. Well, the healer is over here. Okay, it's sausages. Sausages finally moved. So this is what that's for. The next one I'll show is called capping battleground timers. It's all 3 separate words. BattleGroundEnemies was all 1 word, by the way, no spaces. But capping battleground timers is essentially this. It shows essentially how long it takes to get into a BG or arena, or how long the queue is going to pop. These are always estimated because you can never tell how long it's going to be, but this is how long it thinks. Essentially, it goes off of this. When you get into a match, you'll see how long you have before a base caps, how long before a flag turns over. On Eye of the Storm, it tells you how long before the flag respawns in the middle. So this is really good to have. I kind of just have it down here so every once in a while I can look down. It tells you how, if your team's going to win, how long you have left before the team wins. You can, I think it's, yeah, if you shift and click, it says it. If you control and click, I believe it puts it in chat in which you're talking, so you can post it in Battleground chat or guild chat if you're with a guild group or whatever. But it's super useful. The people rely on me to say, do we need 3 bases to win? You can do a little math in your head to figure it out. You got 2 bases right now. If there's 30 seconds to turn over and you're 200 points ahead, you may not need a 3rd base, but it helps with that. Another one that would take a really long time to go over everything with is details, which is how I view my damage, or my team's damage, or my team's healing, or my own healing. I can split it into multiple pods, if that's the right word. You can see the damage that's been done, you can see the healing that's been done. Sausages did a pretty good amount of damage for a guy that didn't move. Anyway, but you can see I have it set to where the horde has the little red icon, and my team, the Alliance, doesn't have an icon, so I know who's who. Same with the healers. It's small enough to be able to read. I've got it set to 11 or 12. But the coolest thing about this is, like, of course, you can see the damage breakdown if you just hover over whoever it is. So this DK's Throwglaive, 120k damage over the course of, what was it, a 3-minute BG that I was just in. So it's 25% of his damage. Good for him. But you can change what you want to see. So I've got it set to overall damage done. So this doesn't change. Yeah, dynamic overall damage. So that is the entirety of an RBG. Every source of damage the entire time, no matter how far away they are, from what I've found, shows up under overall damage. So that's the one damage one that I use. I look at crowd control as well. Like this guy's putting down bounding shots. This will show how many mass entanglements or cyclones a druid has. The same thing with fears. Like this is super useful if you're trying to try somebody out and there's a boomy that isn't cycloning. You can tell. So melee had no cyclones in, again, the 3 minutes we were in there, but a bunch of mass entanglements. Now problem is mass entanglement shows everybody that gets captured, so that's not necessarily one mass or 7 mass entanglements. It's that mass entanglement probably captured 3 people twice or something. But same thing, like sausages didn't use mass entanglement or cyclone. Kanekanishi didn't use just in-cap roar. Again, that was 6, which is probably once. Yeah, it shows you, like, he did 1 in-cap roar and hit 6 people at the same time. I was one of those people. And then I used a opening rake, which stuns the target. So, super useful if you're trying to be like, Warlock, I don't want you to do damage. I just want you to fear people. And you can look at the Warlock and say, you feared 2 times. What are you doing? And he's got, you know, maybe okay damage for whatever. He didn't do okay damage, but whatever. So he was 11th, and okay, cool. He did that much damage, but you weren't supposed to be doing any damage. You're literally just, you're a fear bot. Why aren't you fearing more than twice? So it's super useful. Same with heals. You can look at the overall healing done. Same thing. You can switch it to CCs, taken, CCs done. You can literally, it's got almost anything that you could want. While I'm in this BG, I figured I'd do Drustvar.com PVP stats. Drustvar.com PVP ratings. It essentially shows you people's ratings. So I have my MoveAnything down here. So if I hover over somebody who actually has rating of any kind, I saw somebody earlier, so let me see if I can find them again. This dude. Oh, where'd he go? Right here. Okay, so it shows you their RBG rating for the current season. This mage is getting in the way. It gives you an updated date that wasn't updated back in December. So this is not quite a month behind, but if they have any arena rating, RBG rating, it essentially shows you this. So this is really nice to use if you just want a quick look at somebody. Now they have to have that add-on installed, I believe, for it to show, but it's quick and easy. I mean, why not, you know? The next add-on I'll show is, I did Drustvar PVP ratings. I mean, Gladius, I apparently can't remember to type in here. It shows you, not in an arena. I don't remember how to turn it on either. It's an arena add-on. I have it to show, instead of just the default, it shows up right here, 2 or 3 people. It's got trinket timers. It's got everything, just like it, kind of like BGE, but it's for arenas. It's super useful. That's all I have to say about that. I have DBM installed. It's Deadly Boss Mods. It's for PvE. I'm not going to go over it, but I've got it installed if I ever do Mythic Plus or a raid. I think I'm going to record H.H.T.D. It's healers have to die, or what it used to be called. See that thing above their healer? It makes it very easy to tell who a healer is. You have the ability to turn off. Let me see if I can do it. H.H.T.D. Is that it? Yeah, okay. And then it's H.H.T.D. core. No, that's not it. Man, I can't figure it out. Almost positive it's in here. I'm just gonna get killed by this demon hunter. Nope, not in here. I'll figure it out. But there's a way that you can view, even if the DPS, like sometimes if a DPS is doing a lot of heals, it shows them as a healer, and I don't like that. So there's a way to take that off. let's see here. I didn't really want to go over this the whole time, but you know, I'll do it, I guess. Here we go. Only detect players specialized in healing. So I have it set PvP H specs only. So if you go into the settings, it allows you to change it to where you can view these boomkins that are going to heal just a buttload. But it won't show them with a little healer dot. It'll only show acorns. And on our team, it'll do the same thing with our dead shaman. This is the second most, maybe third most useful RBG add-on. For my next add-on is IceHUD. This is, let me open it up and then I'll move everything around. This is my health bar combo points if I was my feral druid, fury as a demon hunter, rage, mana, any of that stuff as your second bar. You can move these around. If you notice on my druid, I've got them just literally sitting right here. It's a down bar. You can change the way that they look. You can set your bars to be round. It could just be regular bars. Like, they've not a bunch of different options, but enough. And then I think I've just got that. Yeah, I think rivet bars or something, but I have them changed, which again, you can move. I think that's under modules, but you kind of just have to figure it out. Look up an IceHUD guide on YouTube. I'm sure there are a ton, but they can be moved. They can be bigger. They can be smaller. They can be transparent. They can be transparent when you're not in combat. They can be fully visible when you are in combat. But this is what I use for my health and resource bar and my combo points add-on as a feral druid as well. And then again, there's settings like you want to see your chi, you want to see your cast bar. You turn all these things on and off, like literally your focus, your pet health, yourself, your just it's infinite. Yeah. Next we have Leatrix Plus, which Leatrix I would assume is how you say that, but LTP boop. I didn't do anything. LTP. There we go. Okay. So the only thing I use this for is I repair automatically and sell junk automatically. So if I opened up my yak, which I'm not going to look for, it repairs me and it sells any junk that I have in my bags. If you don't want that to happen, don't checkmark those. But this is the most useful part. Release in PvP. If you die, you immediately res. Well, get sent to the graveyard. You don't have to die and then forget to press the release button. And then, oh man, 20 seconds have passed. You know, what am I doing? The bad thing is if you die and you're like, if I'm running, let's say I'm running and I die as I'm running, it'll automatically release me and put me in the graveyard, but you'll continue to run if you're holding your run mouse buttons or your forward key or whatever. So you have to train yourself to stop doing it. There's still times where I'll run and let's say this is where the edge of the graveyard is and you're going to fall off the graveyard. So I'm running and I die and I'm like, oh crap, and then I fall off and I have to press my send me back to graveyard button. But I will never not use this. This release in PvP, and again, accepting resurrections in PvE might not be the best thing, but I mean, that's what I have it for, is to release my body in PvP. Thanks to a guy named, I think, Paul on YouTube that told me what this was, and it is the greatest thing in the world. Just, you know, it's random stuff you can change, but what I use is the release in PvP, and I'll go through these really slowly just so everybody can see them. But yeah, super useful. The next one is called MoveAnything. It is one word as well, capital M, capital A, but it's /move, and it literally lets you move anything. I really only have 2 or 3 things moved. My cast bar on my druid is right here, right below my character portrait, like where my health bar and where my mana or whatever it is, it's right below there, and I'll switch back over so we can see it. I just didn't want to move anything on that character, but like I have it to where if I'm hovering over somebody, their name shows down here. I don't know where it shows up without the add-on anymore because I've had it for so long, but you're able to move anything. You can move your pet frame, you can move like anything that's in here, like you can move. It's useful just because I have my res button moved over here, I believe. If I die and I have to get sent back to the graveyard, I lose it in combat if it's right here, so I'll put it right above my chat and I'll just click it from my chat. But I'll go back to my druid so you can see the cast bar and everything. Anyway, back on my druid, I was going to show you the move anything or the cast bar. So normally it's down here or so. Well, I've moved it to where if I'm healing, I can see, I can look at the cap timer here of capping a base or anything, but I just like having it right below my stuff. I don't have to move, I don't look down. I mean, it's not probably looking directly at my character and then looking down. Like there's a difference. Like I can't see what's up here, so I'm looking at my character. I can see my peripheral vision. I can see in front of me. It's right here instead, so I can go boom. I'm not going to click it with my mouse except for my trinket because I'm a bad WoW PvP player. But yeah, useful. Move anything. Thumbs up. I'm gonna have to do this one in 2 parts. So plater nameplates is what I use for my nameplates. I believe you can just go to plater, /plater, and it is a bunch. It is a whole bunch. So just kind of prepare yourself. Again, look up a guide on how to use it, but you can look at enemy NPCs and enemy players, friendly players, general settings, and my personal bar are all that I've touched here. I'm afraid to touch too many things, but essentially with friendly players, you can, I like to have the color and their name. I don't want any extra crap on a friendly player. I have too much as it is. I look at my raid frames to be able to see health and stuff. This is what I want for friendly players. Pause 10 seconds for station identification to go to Orgrimmar or wherever is closest so I can view the enemy. I'll unpause it here to show you non-player enemies. So this essentially shows their health, the percentage, the name. When I aggro one, their name changes colors, so I know that I have aggro. It goes to purple. Let's see if this dude dies. Yeah, he's gonna die. They have 1,000 health. Just believe me. Now, as I make my approach into the city of Orgrimmar, I'm going to try to stealth somewhere so I don't get killed and show you the enemy version of the player nameplates. And I'm beeping, so there are a horde nearby. So, let's do this. I think I can get down this far and go invisible. Alright. So, let's see if I'm close enough to anybody. No, I'm going to have to jump down. This will be exciting. Alright, 5 seconds until I can invis again. Yeet. Alright, cool. Now, these are my enemy nameplates. If I can get close enough without being seen. Let's just do right about here. So on the monk. You can see his name's in green. I like having his bar the same color so I know what I'm targeting or what's near me. But nobody has war mode turned on. What a bunch of just... Anyway, if you were to cast anything on me, there's a cast bar that shows up underneath. It tells you what he's casting, the time in which it's casting. Plater is awesome. I used to use a different one. It completely just blew up on me, and I don't remember what it was even called now. But yeah, plater nameplates. I use it. Now I got to get out of here without dying. Next add-on the list is Reporter. this is my tiny map in BGs. Simple as this. I don't mess with that big BGs, but let's do AB. So this, when you're in the map, you can see all the dots. If you look back on the healers have to die, or whichever one it was that I was showing in the BG, you can see the dots on the map. And if you have markers on healers or a tank, it gives the markers as well. This is movable. You can control or shift and hold it, which I'm not going to do because again, it'll break it because I've got it set where I want it to be. But you can set it, you can make it bigger, you can make it tiny if you want to. It doesn't take up too much on my screen, so I've just kind of set it this way. I've got each one set as the size that I want them to be. And you can, like, if you want to turn your report bar, you can actually turn this on. And if you're reporting that someone is like on a base, let's go to Eye of the Storm. Boom. So I'm in Eye of the Storm and I'm sitting Drena Ruins. I can go in and put a bar on the left, let's say, and it'll show up right here. If I click it, it'll tell you that incoming Drena Ruins, so it'll show in chat. If you're in a YOLO, no voice BG, great to use that button. I don't use it because I can just scream when somebody's coming, but you can report here. That's why it's called Reporter, but the map is the most useful tool for me. I can make it smaller, you can make it alpha, more visible, less visible, but Reporter, another really useful add-on. You can also make your in-game map super tiny. There's a way to do that, or you can just press M and annoy your friends and family in a video by clicking M every 15 seconds. How to do that? I have Reporter. RETabBinder is probably the easiest one to talk about. If you tab target like I do, it skips pets, imps, totems. It skips everything but players. It annoyingly also skips the pod for Night Fae players, so you've got to actually click on it to target it, but you can only tab target players with this. You can also consider normal zones as PvP ones. If you're out and you do open world PvP, you can again tab and it'll skip your hunter's dino that's coming at you. And if you're in an arena, you probably don't want to do that. I don't play arenas that much, so I know you're not supposed to tab target, but I do, and yep. RETabBinder. The next one is SexyMap. Ooh. I have mine set to a square. I enjoy the square. I don't even remember what the regular map looks like anymore, but you can change the presets to a bunch of different ones. I've seen a bunch with the blue rune circles, which it looks really cool. It's circly and it's glowy. I don't care. I like a square. It's simple. And you can also move your little, all this junk, move it around. You can say, oh, I want to put this up here. I spread everything out. I kind of know where all my stuff is, but SexyMap. It's sexy. TomTom is my coordinate block. You can move it. I have it locked so it won't move, but you can also just enable the coordinates in your map with SexyMap. I have it here. I just where my eyes go whenever I'm looking. Oh, where am I? Oh, I'm at 5740, and you can put it in chat. It's also useful when you're looking at stuff on Wowhead, and it's got literally a TomTom coordinate. You can copy it, put it in your, you do way. Let's do something close. So let's say 69, and it gives you an arrow. And you say, okay, let's go to 69. And I'm not going to go 8,000 yards, but you get it. There are two more that I use. The next one is WeakAuras, which I think everybody uses. Anybody that uses add-ons uses WeakAuras, I believe. But let's go to a training dummy so we can see a few of them. So, I've just got a few for Druid. I think a few is probably 10 or so. So the first one I have is my predatory swiftness. So I'm going to just do this till I get to 5 combo points, and boom, it shows up. I'm really bad at being able to notice my tiny shining regrowth down here, so I have a timer, and it lets it for me. Ooh, magic. And anytime I do it again, it says, oh, let's do this. There, boom, again. Now I need to click my button for it. So that's that. The next one, let me go back a little bit. I don't think I have any more as feral. I think I used to have it set up to where Feral Frenzy would show up here, but I changed factions and realms and it messed up, so I got rid of it. I don't know how my WeakAuras disappeared, but they just disappeared. Let me open up and we'll go through. Okay, yeah, Predatory Swiftness is the only one I have set for Feral. For Balance Druid, I have the Eclipse all-in-one, which I'll go into and show. Let me change my thing. The seed, like kill the pod, that shows up when there's a pod anywhere on an RBG. It just pops in it yells kill the pod like 4 times, so that reminds me, oh, there's a pod and we need to kill it. It reminds other people too. Other people find it useful. But this let's see here, this one, so we use the Eclipse all-in-one. Fury, which is just Fury of Elune, that when it's off cooldown will show up right here, so I know when it's up, so I don't have to keep looking down. I can just look and I'll see it pop up, know that I can press F2. Fury of Elune will pull out again. Let's see, are there any more? Those are for my Demon Hunter. That, again, Fury will show up down here when I'm, I can click it. I've got one that's, Fleshcraft is ready. There's a few, but the ones that are super useful that I found are the Eclipse all-in-one, and then this warning that I'm not in Boomkin form. So let's do that one. Let's go in here and we'll make sure I'm in Boomkin form. Yeah, I got stars on. Okay, so if I am in combat and I come out of Boomkin form, it'll do that until I get back in Boomkin form. So if I'm running and I'm in cat form and I'm still in combat, then I just switch over and I start casting. I don't remember, but it tells me that I'm not in Boomkin form. And then the Eclipse all-in-one, we will go over this. I don't know if this is going to work, but let's go through. Okay, so this kind of tracks your Eclipse. So how many seconds did you have left when? And there's my Fury all-in-one thing. So we'll wait for it to count down. But it counts down and it tells you when it's done that you have, you're at 0 of 0. So you've got two Starfires to press to be able to get into your solar eclipse. So you get 2 Starfires. Okay, there's one. I have it turned off for when I'm not in combat. So okay, now I'm in solar eclipse. Okay, cool. If you use incarnation, it goes to both, so it shows you that you're in incarn for 40 seconds. You just use your damage, and it's got a timer. It tells you which thing that you're in, so I don't have to again keep looking down. My peripheral vision shows me the which one that I'm in. The next add-on I have is Wise, or maybe WeizPVP. I think that might be German. I don't want to sound racist, but I have no idea. But it's what I use for my stealth notifications and a little scope. I can't remember what it's called. Crosshairs. My little crosshairs, which I don't have the crosshairs turned all the way on. But this I lose my target way too often. You hear that beep? It went tukut. If you can hear it, that is. Oh, he's gonna find me. That is to let you know stealth is nearby. It works in RBGs, it works in arenas. If you go and turn it, let's go. Okay, so the alerts. So I have sound enabled because I want to be able to hear the noise. It's stealth alerts, so you can hear the stealth. The pop-ups actually show something here if somebody's near you, and it shows that somebody went into stealth. It sausages stealthed, and it shows up here, so that the 2 druids are in stealth now, and your base isn't just safe because they could be near you. But I mostly use it for the crosshairs, which you can choose here. You can change dang it, he's dead. I gotta go find somebody that's alive now. Thanks, random alliance helpers. There we go, there's somebody. Okay, so you can change it, like you can see the lines, like if you want to be able to see the lines all the way, you can, like, go, like it can take up the whole screen. Like, of course, he died again. Come on, Billy. Let's go find somebody. There's somebody around. Do you hear the duk duk? Like it tells you. This is... and everybody's super excited to watch me try to find a horde. There we go. Like, I hate the lines. I can't deal with the lines. So I turn the lines off, but I still get the circle. And you can make that circle bigger, you can make it smaller. I have it set very specifically. So let me go back and I'll just show you what I have mine on. My alpha, to where it's not just always massive, you know, super viewable, is 0.85. My scale's 0.4 because I don't want it to be, again, huge. I don't want it to be nothing, but I got it set to 0.4 because I can see it. I don't lose my target that way. My line thickness is set as low as it can go, and my line alpha is 0 because I don't want to be able to see the lines at all. But again, you can make them just viewable. You can make them super thick or super thin, but I have my lines turned off. I have never changed any of this. I think that's defaulted, but you enable the crosshairs, you enable the range text. I don't want any of this stuff because I have it on Plater, but WeizPVP, and again, it's got my alerts for, you know, do. Every time you hear that, there's a stealth, like it's one of our people going stealth, one of their people going stealth. It tells you, it's got a pop up, which I haven't seen anybody going stealth yet, so it's not going to pop up, but it's there. I use it mostly for the crosshairs. So yeah, that's that. Those are my add-ons that I use. If you've got any specific questions about any of them, feel free to comment below. I'll try to answer as best as I can. But again, for most of the really big, complicated ones, literally YouTube a guide, like how to use IceHUD, how to use WeizPVP. WeizPVP is really easy to set up, though. Plater, IceHUD, and I think those are going to be the two. Maybe Gladius, if you're super into arenas, are going to be the harder ones to set up. Details, it's just about right-clicking and going over what you want. But yeah, that's about it. I appreciate everybody watching. Thanks for 175 subscribers. I'm getting 200. I will be doing a 200 person subscriber giveaway thing. Whatever I did for 100, I'll do again for 200. And I want to say thanks again. Side note, hopefully within the next week or so, I'll be putting out a RBG Feral Druid guide. I only play Feral Druid in 1 or 2 BGs every week, but I'm going to do a guide for that because people have requested that as well. I won't be doing one for healers because I don't know how to heal, but if you'll check out my Twitter, I am trying to learn how to do that, so we'll figure that out. Again, thanks everybody for watching. I appreciate it.
Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the content, don't forget to like, comment, or subscribe. See you next time.
Super useful flight footage. I'm going to do a scene in Iron Forge, but it's a really long time. I think I'm just going to sit over here with some snow and change my background. I'm legit just going to go through and set something. Alright, boom, there we go. Level 10 Shaman. Hopefully I don't have to go through like a starter quest or anything. Nobody cares. Next up is WeizPVP. It's where my crosshairs are. Apparently crosshairs don't show up on training dummies. Alrighty. Never mind. And now I'm a free falling hit a limb. If Dirath is out there, you know.
Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious.
I'm just noticing how yellow my face is because of the shirt slash amber lamp light combo that I've got going on here, which is super exciting. Alright, this is what it looks like when I log in for the first time. Move this away, I'll go over all this later. But this is the default UI. It's great, you can change buttons, but the first thing that I do when I remember how to get in here, go into a new character, is, what are we doing? Bartender. There we go. Alright, because I'm not going to try to find it. Seriously. Bartender, there we go. I'm just figuring out where the pause button is, so I'm going to set this to filter out later. Also, hello blooper reel. Why does this Stormwind soldier keep showing up on my doorstep? I mean, I guess this is technically his house. Anyway, good morning, afternoon, or evening, everyone. Orph here. I've been requested a few times. I didn't know my loading screen for Pandaland was going to take this long. Oh. Oh yeah, it's a class trial.
Welcome aboard. The shattering of the sky has everyone on edge, including the skirt.
Thanks, generic alliance dude. Brett. Well, we lost before I could show you the other one I wanted to show you.